Hey everybody, I just bumped the computer, so it might be off a little bit, but we're back and we're better than ever.
Are we really?
We're not. We are back, but better than ever is a complete lie. Sorry. So, Sabrina's going to be handling the comments down here in the tablet. I can't, the only issue with our new encoding system is it doesn't let me do what we were doing before, where I was able to keep YouTube open up on the computer and the program at the same time. So she'll be reading comments and stuff like that. I saw David had a question about our Magna Shade, and we give the Magna Shade 4 thumbs up.
I'll add mine too then, I guess.
Yeah, we love it, David. We think it's incredible for it's exactly what we were looking for. So I was going to say Sabrina likes laying on the dash, but Belle.
Again with that. That's
I
the
know,
second
that's
time
the
you said
second
that.
time. So our dog, our little dog Belle, she loves to lay on that front dash, and it's of course the hottest spot in the RV in the summertime. And we truly believe that she would lay there and die waiting for us to return sometimes. So we wanted the Magna Shade because it sticks on the outside. It's incredibly easy for us to put on and take off. There's one of our videos, travel day videos. You can see Sabrina doing it by herself, real simple like, and
Again, by herself.
by yourself,
Okay.
like a big girl.
Oh, great.
So, and what we like most about it is that it's on the outside of the windshield, so the heat never even penetrates the shield itself. Doesn't even ever touch the glass, so that glass stays cool. And because it's on the outside, Belle cannot swipe at it and tear it down like a shade. We were thinking about getting, just like you would for a car, reflective shades and things like that. And we were afraid that Belle would tear that shade down.
So I'll just say hi to some people that are saying hi to us.
Okay.
So hi Stella, David, Jonathan, RV Habit is here too. RV Adventures is here. Karen's here from Atlanta. So hi everyone. Thanks for joining us.
That's a touche right there, RJ, because she just called you RV Adventures, I think, instead of RJ Adventures.
Oh, I don't remember. I'll have to watch the replay.
So, we are going to do a live show or a live stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. as long as we have internet connection. So this will get everybody used to some type of a schedule, and we can get people in and commenting. We had some questions sent to us throughout the week, and it, like I said earlier, the stream will be, he caught that. So the stream will be based on whatever people ask us throughout the week. What I'm going to do is after this video ends, I'll schedule the next stream for next Thursday at 7. And if you go on there, I'm almost positive you can send comments to that stream before it starts, obviously while it's going on, and then after it ends, on the replay, you'll be able to do comments too. And I'll go through those comments and we'll answer them. And it doesn't have to be RV related. If you guys just want to ask us questions about Belle or movies, things like that. But all the questions that we got this week are RV and travel related. So we'll start with the first one. Let's do a plug first. Sorry.
You forgot the last time.
I forgot last time that my new blog for Winnebago Life came out. It's called Why Are RVers So Happy? And I had tons of reasons that I felt were why RVers are so happy. Some of you I know already checked it out, and I do appreciate it. And I got very good feedback from the article as well. And it was a ton of fun to write, because it was one of the things that Sabrina and I noticed right away when we went out and started doing this, was just people are like out of their way helpful and happy, and
way more helpful than I am. But
it's just, it really took us by I was going to say by storm, but I don't know what that means. So it just shocked us. We weren't expecting people to walk right up to us and offer a hand setting up our coach, if they saw us fumbling with connections, or offering to help guide the motorhome back in a spot or something like that. Even though Sabrina's there, Sabrina guides me back, like, into a spot if we have a back in. She puts her hands in her pocket, and as I'm backing up, she either shakes her head yes, or she shakes her head no.
Sometimes I forget I'm doing it.
I know. You're just like,
I get distracted.
You're looking in the air. So
I get distracted easily.
I have all kinds of nicknames for Sabrina, but when I'm backing up the RV...
I don't need to know them. But go ahead, it's fine. Whatever.
When I'm backing up the RV, Sabrina's nickname is Pockets. Because Her hands are just in her pockets, and she's shaking her head.
So I'm going to thank Cheryl and Kim. Thanks. I actually did not do my own hair. We are actually near our hometown, and so I went back to my stylist at Fusion's Day Salon and Spa that usually does my hair, and I brought her a Pinterest picture, and I said I want this since I'm here, and so she did it. So, but I could talk about it another time on how I do my hair. I'll make a separate video for that.
So, and that's the other thing that we thought that every Thursday could be, because, Sabrina and I are slackers about getting videos out on a timely schedule, but we thought that the live streams would be really easy, something for us to be able to put out and give you updates of like what we're doing. So like Sabrina just said, we're near home, or what we would consider home, I guess, where we lived for the last 6 years. So we went to dentist appointments. We're going to a Christmas party. She got her hair done. Just I don't know, just visiting people. And next week we're actually splitting up. So Sabrina's going to Erie, PA, and we were trying to figure out how can we get the motorhome. It's snowing already in Erie, PA, and so what we decided is I'm going to stay in this area here down in Virginia. She's going to drive up to Erie where she has to work, and then come back down from Erie, and then we leave for California. And I haven't started planning that trip yet, but I'll have to come up with a route for the California trip. But we were afraid if we drove the motorhome up there, we would be stuck and we'd miss our California trip.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And that's not happening. Nope. So I'm staying here with the motorhome. Sabrina's on drive up and do some work and then come back down. And then we leave for California. And I'm going to try to be like real active on Instagram with the California trip. Kind of do a day by day instead of just doing like photos and captions. I'm going to try to like do a little story with the Instagram. So let's do a question. Calico Junction had asked us, how did we get used to driving the RV? And I'm going to pass it to Sabrina first. How did you get used to driving the RV?
I started letting you just drive.
So I do 95.59%.
99.5%.
I'd probably do 9, yeah. Sabrina, so we've done, since May, we've put a little over 15,000 miles on the motorhome. Maybe about 17,000 miles on the motorhome since May. And Sabrina has done, out of those 16 to 17,000 miles...
I'm going to stop him before he gives you the wrong answer. It's like 300 miles. Before he tells you it's like 30.
It's 150, maybe. So whatever that works out to be, that's the percentage that I'm doing. So so I do all the driving on the motorhome, which I don't mind at all. I actually enjoy driving the motorhome a lot. I like driving the RV a lot. But as far as getting used to it, one thing that I was not used to in a previous job I did box truck deliveries, and that box truck was a 26-foot bed plus the cab. I think worked out to be 32 feet, so it was longer than what we are now. So that wasn't too bad for me to get used to driving the motorhome. The towing, I would say, was something that I was nervous about, but in the end it turned out that towing the vehicle, I mean, it literally just kind of follows you right along. I would say also something that I did do is I went to the RV Geeks videos, and they had videos about driving your motorhome and about your wheel tracking and tire tracking and things like that. And I will say that when I did drive that box truck for the very first time, and I was not used to it, is the overhang in the back of your in the back of your motor home. And you know what I'm talking about too when you drove it.
When I clipped that curb.
Yeah. So, well, not so much that because that's the tire, but the actual, the longer your motorhome is and the more hang you have past your back tires, the more your back end will swing out. So when you make a left, the back end swings out to the right. And I clipped a car with the box truck when I was first learning to drive that. So there is time, it does take a little bit of time. I think what also helped us is that we would do small trips with the motorhome when we first got it. We weren't going real far. We still lived in the apartment. We bought the motorhome a little early, and we were doing like practice runs with it. We're like, oh, let's just drive up to the Walmart. Let's just drive it just to get a little.
Let's just drive it and drag the branches of the tree we're driving by across the whole side of our motorhome.
It was a small street. I mean, sometimes it happens.
That's what your dad said. Your dad's like, sometimes you just gotta hit a tree. I was like, what?
They're not like the trunk of the tree. All the, you get all the branches. What towing system do we use? We use a Roadmaster Sterling All Terrain. That's not the correct order of how you say it, but it's something like that. Roadmaster All Terrain Sterling, or it's a Roadmaster Sterling All Terrain, and it's the thing's pretty cool. It's got levers to release the pressure off the car. Makes it real easy to attach and take apart. What am I trying to say?
It's
I'm
easy to hook up.
It's
and
very
take
easy to
apart.
hook up and very easy to disconnect again, no matter what our angles are or anything like that. Uh, I don't have any other experience with other tow bar systems, but I definitely recommend this. I mean, it's been great for us. It's been perfect.
So we had a question about whether Belle is going to come with me or stay with Kenny next week, and Belle's going to stay with Kenny next week. I'm working, and there's no way I can leave work to go take her out, and
Yeah.
she can't stay in the hotel by herself. She'll just howl and drive out all the other hotel people.
Yeah, so
she's staying with Kenny.
Sabrina got a dog, so Kenny could take care of it.
That's how we roll.
Well, that could bring us to another question about going to work. Someone asked, Sherry, I believe, asked, how do we support ourselves financially from being on the road? And it's Sabrina works. We actually travel. If people have been following us for a long time, you know that we downsized and moved into the motorhome for Sabrina's work. So Sabrina's work requires her to travel 100% of the year. We typically only stay in an area for 7 or 8 days, leave that area, and then sometimes we'll come back to that same area. Like we've been to like Newport News 4 times, or Erie, PA, we've been to a few times and things like that. But it's always her work requires her to always continue to move, and she does what's called locums. Well, you can explain it better than I can.
So I do locum. I'm a physician, and I do locum, and which is essentially like PRN work at hospitals that need people to fill in. So they may have people on maternity leave. They may just be short. So it can be as short as 3 days to as much as you could be there for months. Some people have done it for 3 years at a time at the same place. So it just depends. And so they present jobs, and I decide where we want to go, depending on where I have a license. So.
Yep. And then I had a small business that I owned in town. I sold off my entire business. And since we've been living in the motorhome, I started writing for Winnebago Life, which I told her is way more cool than being a doctor.
And I started to feel like I was watching the show Blackish with Bo as the anesthesiologist talking about, but I saved lives. But anyway, that's fine. It's all good.
I don't remember who asked us. I believe this was also Sherry. She asked, do we get tired of looking for places to sleep while traveling around? And I do like all the Sabrina does the scheduling for work, but I figure out everywhere that we're going, how long it's going to take us to get there.
I'm a bad judge of that.
Yeah, she's a bad judge of that.
I think that we can get there in like a day, 2 days, whatever the case may be, and it's not usually.
Yeah, so I plan out, and I write down on a piece of paper. So, I mean, this is my tip. I'm sure other people have other ways to do it, but I figure out, how far the trip is, how many miles we want to do in a day, and then I come up and I'll say, all right, we're going to drive maybe I find a spot at a 4-hour mark. I find a spot at a 5-hour mark, a 6-hour mark, a 7-hour mark, all the way up to an 8-hour mark of where we might want to stop. So I find 4 places in that first day that, depending on how we're feeling, if I would get sick or I just don't feel like driving anymore, and I call those places ahead of time, make sure that it's all okay, that they're all okay for us to stop there at the night. Our favorite places to stop are, for me anyway, casinos. That's my number one. I really like the casinos. Mainly because of the security. There's normally a security guard that's traveling around in a truck or something like that, and they have it's usually well lit, and they have cameras, and they're normally quiet. What's your favorite place to sleep overnight?
I was about to say casinos, but I was going more along the line they have bars and food. But those things are good too. Things are good too.
It's a win-win apparently with the casino. I thought you were going to say that your favorite place was going to be a campground.
No. If we're boondocking, I think casinos are the best. They're the best so far.
And I like the Flying J's a lot too. I think the Flying J's are pretty good. They're noisy, but they seem to be pretty safe, secure. And it's like having the world's largest refrigerator. I mean, you go in if you want ice cream, or what else is there? Ice cream. Just get ice cream. let's see.
Do you guys get? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. I'm talking over you. Doing what I do.
That's okay. So things to consider when you go to a new place. Also, that's part of my routine when I'm figuring out where we're going. I use like the Google Maps Street View. So when I find a spot that I think that we're going to stop at for the night, or even if we're going to a new city or town, I'll go on, use the Google Street View, and kind of just virtually walk around the areas and make sure that it looks like the motorhome can fit with the tow car and
Sorry.
just like
I try. I pretend to do that sometimes. I don't know. I'm the co-pilot. If I'm, I don't know, if I'm paying attention and I realize we're trying to stop somewhere, I might Google Map it. But most of the time, I'm just, okay.
I'm sorry to say you're not a very good. I consider Belle my co-pilot.
I keep you company.
Yes, that's true.
There you go.
That's true. I think we showed in a video once before where we were kind of joking around, and I was like, "What do you do over there?" And Sabrina had like a sandwich and soda for me, and she's like, "This is what I do. I bring a soda to you while you're driving."
And then I go back on my phone or my laptop.
So, this will be kind of the gist of the every Thursday. We'll just all get together and we'll chit chat about what's going on and what happened for the last week, what's supposed to happen the week of, and then we'll talk about did it really work out that way. So, because Sabrina's on drive. I mean, even though we're not taking a motorhome up to Erie, PA, they are already starting to get snow, and you will start. I mean, you still don't have to drive up there.
Yeah, I grew up in Florida, guys, so. It should be fun.
It should be fun.
But I swear, I'm like, I got this, man. I got this. He told me if I'm skidding, turn into the skid or turn into the something you said. So yeah. We'll just work with that.
You'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
I think you'll be fine because you're going to leave on.
I don't worry about stuff like that.
The day that she's leaving to go to Erie, they're calling for no snow at all, and then like the day after it's supposed to snow. So once she gets up there, she should be good. I don't know. I think she'll be good.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You have any other questions? Oh, I see Sue on there. Hey, Sue. I see Craig on there.
I see Angela says, hi, how is it going out there? And are you guys having fun and enjoying it all? And she can't wait to get on the road.
Yeah, we are. It's been a better experience. Well, I think I've said before, I had pretty high expectations of the whole motorhome experience, and I really
pretty low.
I was like really excited to get in because when you watch people on YouTube, I mean that's how we got into it. We were downsizing to move into a studio apartment or a 1-bedroom apartment, and then we started watching. I know it was Gone with the Winds pretty much right off the bat, and then we started watching RV Geeks to figure out like maintenance wise, what would we have to do and entail on the motorhome and what the upkeep would be. But man, I was getting excited fast. We were like researching forever, and at one point we were just like, you know what, let's go back to our original idea and let's just downsize the apartment. So then we started doing videos about decluttering, and so that if you guys have been watching us for a long time, you've probably seen some of our videos while we were in the apartment and we were getting rid of stuff to move into a smaller place. And then I don't know what happened, but then all of a sudden we were like, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this crazy motorhome full-time RV thing.
And I expected, I don't know, as everybody knows, I'm not really an outdoor person.
Oh.
A heat person, a bug person, a vermin person, a cold person, an anything person. So I was kind of dreading it a little bit, but I was like, well, let's give it a shot. I said to him, let's give it 6 months. If it's not working in 6 months, we're done. He says you can't do 6 months. You can't get rid of your apartment, sell my business, change your job for 6 months. Like, you have to give it at least a year. So
gotta give it a good try.
Yeah, so that's how that came about, and it's been better than I expected.
And now we're in 7 months, and someone was asking, I think Nomadic Native was asking, like, how soon before we upgrade to a larger coach, but we're very happy with the size that we have.
I don't like larger coach money.
But I feel like we're very comfortable in this. Like, it's easy for me to drive. It's easy, if you guys saw the Savannah, Georgia, if we had any larger than what we were, we would not have been able to fit into the Savannah, Georgia Welcome Center. And this has been a great size. We're 28 feet, And for the most part, I think we've gotten to every place that we've ever tried. I don't think we've ever been turned away because of our size yet. Or
No,
even,
we haven't.
yeah. Every once in a while, we can't fit into a gas station to get fuel, but that's, that would probably even be with, box trucks and stuff like that as well. What is it?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you had a question.
No. I don't have a question.
Do you have a question for me?
I don't. You're putting me on the spot.
Sorry. So they were the questions that we had for this week. I'm not sure how long we've been running for. I had a request to keep our live streams shorter than they have been to make it easier for the replays. I'm not sure. I mean, once I come on, man, I just like to talk, unfortunately, and then Sabrina doesn't get to say too much. So go ahead. You can talk for a little bit.
So there's a question. Are you guys going to do solar soon with all that boondocking? We don't have solar, and I don't think we're going to do it. And I'm not sure how much boondocking we're actually going to be doing.
Yeah. For us, the small amount of boondocking that we do wouldn't really require us for the solar. We are, we do a lot of overnight stays at gas stations and things like that, but our batteries always last overnight, so it's never been an issue that way. The only time that we would really need to run our generator is like you guys are saying, for the Florida. We just did the Florida trip and we were down there for 6 days, and then we did Savannah, Georgia with no power for 4 more days. But it's just so rare. Oh, there is a little clock.
Yeah, there's a clock.
Okay. So we'll cut it off at 25 minutes. We're about to hit 22 minutes, so we got 3 minutes left. Plus, we want to get done because the RV geeks are doing their first live stream tonight. They did a test last night, and we missed it. And not that they need a plug. I know they're doing fine, but we really, we love the RV geeks. We think they're awesome.
So David Drucker asks, does your passenger slide top or drip water when entering or exiting the coach? So it doesn't do it when entering or exit, but if there is a lot of water, if it's rained and pooled up there, we've had like some what look like tsunamis happen with the door open. We had the door open, and then all of a sudden the wind would move the slide topper, and then this whole like gush of water will pour off into the door and into the way.
I think that was in Oklahoma during the
it's happened like twice.
Tornado warning.
It's happened like twice, but other than that, they drip a little bit, but nothing that gets in the way of going in and out. It's just those 2 times where we've had like serious water drain off. But.
And I know people have asked us too, do we have complaints about the Winnebago? And I really don't feel like.
No, it's been pretty good.
It's been really good, I think. And talking to other people, it sounds like we just got extremely lucky. I mean, there is just a ton of stuff that goes into your motorhome. Especially the ones that you drive like this, the motorhome, motorhome style. I'm all mixed up today. I'm sorry. But, you got all your mechanical, you got electrical, you got plumbing, you got who knows what else. I mean, just tons and tons of stuff. And we're actually surprised at just how smoothly things run on a day-to-day basis. Every once in a while, we'll have an issue with something. But it's since I took that class, I've been able to knock things out. We had a little issue with our stove was clogged. I was able to take apart our stove and clean it out, put it back together again. Something else happened, and because of the I think maybe something with the refrigerator, but because of the class, like I've been pretty comfortable tackling these little things on my own. Our interior lights, I just had to order another interior light. Where am I pointing?
I'm not sure. But.
And they're all LED lights, and they're like hardwired into the ceiling, so you have to drop them down, cut them, and then resplice them, and then put them back up again. But they've all been really minor.
What class did you take? Because you have a question.
Issues. Oh, I'm sorry. I took the NRVIA inspector class. So I'm actually a certified RV inspector now. And I started a business up. I got a LLC started. And I got my business license started. I haven't done insurance and things like that just yet on it. But I feel like we're getting our money's worth out of the class.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because of the what we've been able to, I say we, but there's things that we've been able to moral support that we've been able to just take on our own. The only time that we've ever had to bring the motorhome in for service was we had our engine light come on, and we brought it to Ford. It was under warranty, and it was it wasn't an oxygen sensor, but it was something similar. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Thanks for all the compliments, guys.
I didn't see any compliments.
Apparently, got to come on live.
Hey, here's Mark. See, Mark's been following us. Mark Cole has been following us since Throw Away Your Socks video.
I can't even believe that got views the way it did. And any morning I get up and I'm trying to go through my socks to figure out which one's which, he's like, well, there's a video on YouTube about throwing away your socks. I'm like, oh, is there? Thank you so much.
Well, I just remember because Throw Away Your Socks was my very first YouTube video. It's still on our channel if anybody wants to check it out. And I remember just Mark going on there, and Mark wrote a very nice comment. He just said, if this is your very first YouTube video, you did a very good job, or something along those lines. It was very nice, and I appreciate it, Mark. Without that comment, there might not have been a moving forward. You never know. If Mark would have came on and said you suck, it might have been dreams crushed.
Right.
No Pro Go Pronto. We like No Pro. No Pro's been following us for a long time too. Let's see. Danny remembers the ones about simplifying. We've done a lot of weird videos too, I guess, that other people would consider weird. I don't know. We've just done a lot of videos. It feels like we've done a lot of videos. I don't know where I'm going with it. Sorry.
Yeah, you're okay. It's all right.
Like I said, I'm a little mixed up today.
It's all right. You can I'll save some of these questions for the next time.
Oh, you got questions? All right, so.
That's my hint to him.
Sorry. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Maybe next time I'll let Sabrina do the talking. Danny, from Danny and Maggie, I'm going to get in touch with you because I need you to help me do some type of Skype for the live streams. So I'll contact you soon. Thanks, everybody. Anything?
Thanks, guys.
That's it.
No, maybe I'll make a video because I had a few questions about my hair, so maybe
Okay.
I'll make a separate video about that.
Yeah, we've been saying that we wanted to do a couple videos maybe off RV topics every once in a while too. So, all right.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.